In this episode, we'll be exploring the world of upcycling, refinishing, and repurposing. From trash to treasure, we'll be transforming discarded pieces into unique and functional works of art. So if you're ready to get creative and see the potential in everyday items, then join me on this journey. Welcome to CEJDIY. I am C. Those two chair side tables, they were at my neighbor's trash. So it was extremely nice challenge for me to see what I'm gonna do with them. Most of the chair side tables were in a good condition, but one of them had a damaged top surface. Instead of repairing or replacing the damaged surface, a shelf liner sticker was applied to cover it up. So I removed that shelf liner, I grabbed my sander, and I'm gonna sand that top part on my chair side table. By finding the sticker on the bottom of the chair side tables, I was able to research and discover online that similar tables typically retail for around $200. However, with my creative upcycling efforts, I am super excited to give these tables a new lease on life and create a unique high-end home decor look for a fraction of the cost. Now that the sanding part is done and I cleaned them well with the alcohol wipes, I'm going to be using a primer. With applying a primer base coat, I am ensuring a smooth paint finish after all. The easiest way to apply this primer is with these sponge brushes from Dollar Tree because I don't need to worry about brush strokes. I'm gonna be adding the primer on the side and on the bottom on both of my chair side tables. I'm gonna let them dry, and after that I'm gonna be applying paint. I wanted to use the weatherwood paint, but I didn't have a lot left, so I decided to add one coat of this burlap DIY paint that I purchased from Sammie, Unicorn Dust Design, and I need more. I'm gonna need to buy more paints because I'm running out of them. The link is in my description box if you like to purchase those paints. And now with the brush, I'm going to cover my whole surface with this burlap DIY paint. With adding this DIY paint, I'm gonna bring that rustic vibe to these chair side tables. We're gonna bring them back to life, and I was thinking for a while, should I make them into a modern look or just give them the French country look? And I decided to go with my style. I really love French country. And I covered them all, and this is how they look with the faded burlap DIY paint. You can leave them as they are. They're perfect. Nothing wrong with it. However, my original idea was to cover these chair side tables with the weathered wood DIY paint. So now with the leftover DIY weathered wood paint that I have, I fill it out with the water, I mixed it well, and I'm gonna heavy distress them with the brush. After a layer of this weathered wood DIY paint, I'm going over with my burlap paint that I also mixed with the water to get that thinner paint on it, and I'm just gonna distress it as well so I can get the two-tone of a rustic vintage look on it. And I really love that I added the two-tone of a paint on my chair side tables. It looks way better and more texture and more original look finish to it. I'm repeating the same steps on the sides and on the bottom on both of my chair side tables and distressing them with the top coat of the faded burlap mixture. After it was all done, I let them dry, and this is the look that I have. I really love how they came out. Also, I decided to add some embellishments with this new iron orchid design with the new collection Collage de Fleurs, but I only decided to add one rose on each chair side table. So I added one larger rose on the corner on one of my chair side table, and with adding this ribbon transfer, you creating a unique look to your furniture, and they're so easy to do it it's go nice and smooth. You just apply the rub-on transfer on top of your furniture, and with the scraper tool that it came with it, you're just scraping it off until the whole transfer is applied on your furniture, and you're gonna have a beautiful look to it. Now that my transfer is added to the furniture, I'm refurbishing it with the top header sheet that it came with it. I'm going to be repeating the same step on my other table with the smaller rows with the scraper until the whole transfer is added on the side of it. And this is how they look so far. What do you think? To seal them, I'm adding a clear DIY wax, and with a brush, I'm applying on both of my chair side tables. I am thrilled to have upcycled these chair side tables, which would have cost $200 or more if purchased new. With a little creativity and TLC, I've breathed a new life into these hidden gems and created one of a kind home decor piece that is both stylish and sustainable. And you gotta let me know, what do you think? I decided to use the same drawer handles because they look just perfect. I cleaned them well, and I'm putting them back with a screwdriver, and this flip is done. And you gotta let me know, what do you think? It's still wet because of the wax, but after the wax is dry, you will see the final reveal and the way that I style it. And after this makeover, should I knock at my neighbor's door and ask them if they want them back?
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild.
This episode is part of another Thrift Flip Road Trip Open Challenge. It's hosted by my darling friends, crafting cousins, Trish&Kay, Sammie, Unicorn Does Design, and this month guest host is Christine from DIY Craftaholic. So let's listen to this clip and see what they got to say.
Welcome to the Thrift Flip Road Trip. In today's video, we are participating in an open challenge hosted by Unicorn Dust Designs, Crafting Cousins, and special guest host DIY Craftaholic. Here, talented creators breathe new life into old items. But wait, there's more. We're thrilled to announce that this month's playlist will have a special giveaway with not one, not two, but 5 lucky winners. Prizes include DIY paint and recycled decoupage paper from Unicorn Dust Designs, 3 wood craft kits from Crafting Cousins, and a $100 Visa gift card from ceejdiy. To enter, just watch the May Thrift Flip Road Trip playlist and comment your favorite project from each creator on their video. Mark your calendar for May 25th when we will announce the winners on our community tabs. Open to U.S. residents only. Don't miss out on this chance to win, and be sure to spread the love by following the playlist link in the description box below.
I purchased this amazing frame from Goodwill for a couple of dollars. I really love that linen fabric that it came with it. It's kinda shadow box frame, so we can do so much with it. So after I remove the price tag on the back, I'm gonna clean it well, and then we're gonna give it a nice makeover to this frame. I'm removing the inner part with the fabric, and now I can work on it. My original idea was to add these new IOD stamps with the cloche and those bird cages, and I'm going over and see how they're gonna look, but at the end I decided to go with these Dixie Belle ribbon transfers that I got in my crafting stash for a while and see how they're gonna look. Since I'm going with the French country shabby chic vintage look, I wanted to add that Paris transfer, and I like what it came on this first page, but I'm gonna add that Paris crown, and then we got the words and the Eiffel Tower, and I'm gonna mix those two pages together and see if it's gonna look perfect on my linen fabric mat. From the first sheet, I'm cutting off the Paris part with the crown, and I'm putting the rest of it back to the box. I cut off the second portion of the other sheet as well, and those Dixie Belle transfers, they came with the 4 pages. So you gotta be careful and look through it, because you can even put them not just individually, you can put them all together as a one piece. And as I am transferring this part on the bottom of my fabric, I noticed that I should have put this one on top and then add the crown on the bottom, because those two are like combining together like one page, but it was too late. I don't think some of you gonna notice it, but I notice it. And it's okay. So I ended up adding the other transfer on top of it. It doesn't look bad, I really like it, but now knowing me, I know how I am, I'm a perfectionist. I should have put those together. You gotta let me know, what do you think about this part? And if you like the way that I mix those two sheets together. After I transferred the first sheet on top, I see there is some empty space on the corner, and I decided to go with more transfers, and I'm using another sheet just to add the letters and fill the space in it with it. I didn't cut the sheet because I didn't want it to damage the rest of the transfers, but slowly I just add that part that needed to be transferred, and with a scraper I'm going over until I fill that space with those letters. I put them back together, and here is an idea. You can add a hook and add one of those Dollar Tree lanterns, and you're gonna have a perfect wall decorative piece. For now, I'm gonna leave it simple, but in the future, you never know. To seal my transfers, I'm adding a matte finish Mod Podge, and that's it for this makeover. I found this family of ducks at Goodwill for a couple of dollars. I believe the little one is swan, but it kind of looked like a duck. So I'm gonna put them all together like they're baby and I'm gonna make them over. So after I remove their price tags, I am cleaning them well with the alcohol wipes before I apply a top coat paint on them. I'm gonna be adding this Truffle Waverly chalk paint, and I'm only giving them one good coat until my whole surface is covered with this paint. Now that they're all nice, covered and dry, we're gonna be making some experiments on them, and it was a beautiful experiment. I'm gonna be adding this Crackle Medium from Folk Art, and with a brush I'm going over and covering them all with this medium crackle with a one stroke of a paint. We don't need to overlap the strokes when you add this medium crackle finish. So with that, we're gonna have a perfect crackling on our ducks. And it's amazing how a little creativity and some TLC can turn discarded items into truly unique decor pieces. And you gotta let me know, what do you think about all those makeovers that I made today? Beside the crackle media from folk art, also to make a crackle effect, you can use Elmer's school glue and you're gonna have a perfect crackling as well. I tried that effect as well. And now when I cover them all with the crackle medium and let them dry, now with the white chalk paint from folk art, I'm going over with the brush and covering them all. And as I mentioned, we don't need to overlap the strokes. We just add one layer and slowly going all over my duck to get that crackle effect. And as I am covering this duck with the paint, you can see the crackle. It's already affecting and it's not even dry. And I did the same thing to my other two ducks. And look at this beautiness. You gotta let me know, what do you think about this crackling rustic effect? And do you like my duck family like I make them over? I'm also sealing them with this glaze that I have, and with a brush I'm just gonna cover them all so we can have a nice finished look. And that's it for this makeover. I have this plate, copper plate, for a long time. I thrifted for just a couple of dollars, and I was overthinking, should I give it a paint or just leave it as it is? And you gotta let me know, what do you think? I just clean it well and leave it like it is for now, but in the future I might make it over. I was planning to add some paint and some dark wax on those crevices, but I think it looks pretty as it is. You can use it on the wall or you can leave it as a decorative tray. Either way, it looks pretty, but let me know, should I paint it over or I did a good thing that I leave it as it is? Before I let you go, I would like to thank Trish&Kay, Sammie, and Christine for this amazing playlist today. If you like to enter for the giveaway, follow the instructions. They're also listed in my description box. And don't forget, every item has a story to tell and a new chapter waiting to be written. Thanks for watching and happy thrifting and flipping. Bye-bye!